Hello everybody, it's iBlue back with a brand new video, and today we are doing another episode of the MineCast. And today my guest is an amazing Minecraft YouTuber, an amazing father to an amazing family, and also has the most quality content in Minecraft I've seen from a small Minecraft YouTuber. His name is Fixxitt, and I am very, very happy to have him on. Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for the kind words. I checks in the mail.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I only need like $50-$60 a pop. It's not that bad. So what's going on, man? How are you doing lately? How's the quarantine going?
It's okay. You know, my life isn't that different with being quarantined. I'm like a stay-at-home dad during the week, and I'm a professional musician, like by trade. So my Friday and Saturday nights, now I'm at home instead of going to work, or random Sundays or Thursdays or whatever. But my daytime thing is pretty much the same.
Okay, yeah. So you're a musician.
I'm a musician. Yeah, I'm a trumpet player, like professionally. That's kind of what I've done for the last couple decades.
Wow, I don't know if you definitely don't say that in every video, because I did not know that about you. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's always been fun. I think that I grew up being a really creative-minded person. I don't want to call myself a creative person, because what kind of ego is that? But I like to try to be creative, and I think playing music was that outlet for a long, long time. And then whenever I sort of got established I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and when I got established in the Pittsburgh scene, I got into an R&B top 40 band and stuff. That's very successful. It's a very, very good band. But the thing is, I'm a trumpet player in an R&B top 40 band. We're not reinventing the wheel on my trumpet parts on that, on a Beyonce tune for the 100th time, right?
Yeah.
So I think that I sort of gravitated towards Minecraft when I found it. I thought I'll just get this game on my phone and try it, and I thought, wait a second, whoa, this is like Legos, but I am a Lego, I'm that scale of a person.
Exactly.
And within probably, I got it on my phone, and probably the next week I got it on my computer, and probably like 3 weeks later I was playing mod packs with friends on servers. It just, like, the idea of Minecraft as a creative outlet is so fantastic and wonderful. And it's sometimes hard I'm 42 years old. And so when I talk to my friends who are not gamers, and they're like, wait, so you play this kids game? Like, yeah, but no, it's not that. Like, this game is like the most artistic, creative thing I have ever seen. And yes, there are zombies, but that's like just sort of on the side. Like, that's not
exactly.
That's not the point of the game. But people say, oh, and there's skeletons. Like, yeah, but no one. That doesn't. After the first 2 days, that doesn't matter. It's about the creativity that is the side of it. So you have to experience it, I think, to know. But yeah, it's such a great game, and I've been playing for 6 or 7 years probably now.
Oh, I feel, yeah, I'm about to say, I've been playing it for about 8 years, and just like, we were talking about it on the last podcast, and exactly to hit what you hit there, like the artistic version of Minecraft. And because, I mean, you have the survival, you have the creative, you have all these different avenues that people can go into. And as I've said on almost every podcast, Mumbo with the redstone, Green with the building, it's like you almost have like niches that you can tap into. And it doesn't matter what age you are. Like, on the last podcast, I know Vloop told me his age, and it's near yours. And it's like, it doesn't matter. It literally, age does not matter when it comes to Minecraft. It's such an open game that even 8 years ago when you made a skeleton spawner, now it's completely different. You have bubble columns and stuff. Like, it's always evolving, and it's evolving with its audience, and it works so good. But to segue into something here now, I do it every single podcast, as I do at the beginning of every single podcast. I always ask, who are you today? Who are you as a person, and what do you like? What do you think? What would you tell someone if they ask, who are you today?
Well, I'm a dad. That's my main thing. My kids are 4 and 2. So I approach things a little bit differently from being my age and having my first children at this age, and seeing things in maybe a different light. And my older son is autistic. And so that has a set of challenges that we go through, but also a set of rewards that we get to experience, And my younger son is just like a just a beast that we can just barely keep contained. So the ups and downs are unbelievable. And my older son now is learning about Minecraft, and he likes watching videos and trying to build things. He's a special case where socially he has a hard time putting a lot of words together, but he can imagine things and he can think on a level that is so far beyond his years. Like he can see things three-dimensionally that is just mind-blowing. So Minecraft is a wonderful thing for him. He can build three-dimensional trains, which are just extraordinary. He's 4. It's
wow.
So that's my main thing. And my wife is wonderful. My wife luckily has kept a job through this Corona thing and stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
So so I mean, my family is first, second, and third, and that's really sort of defined my path here recently. As a Minecrafter, the wonderful thing about the game is, like you said, how there's all these niches, but you don't have to pick one.
Exactly.
And I'm doing I have 2 main series on my channel. If you are unaware of my channel, to the listeners out there, my probably most known series is called The Realm of Vasten. It is a Java version SMP, and it's we go by build. It's like a build team in survival mode. Like if you can imagine the really big area creations and Elysium Fire and all those sort of things that do creative. We do that in survival, where we all have all shared community resources. We all build in the same place per season. So obviously, like everyone in the entire universe, we're building in the Nether this season.
Yes.
And we have a storyline for the last 4.5 years of this server. We've never reset ever. The world is about probably 60,000 blocks wide, and there's probably about 80 different kingdoms in the world, ranging from a small little hamlet to a giant mega city. And yeah, it's been amazing. And we have this long storyline where it's really rich in lore. Like everything has a purpose, and there's religions and all the, after 4.5 years, that's all really pounded out. But the main storyline is that the Nether and the overworld are at war. And this is the second war.
Wow.
So 400 years ago, the first war ended when they closed off the Nether and they trapped the zombie pigmen in. They took all the obsidian basically. And since you can't have water in the Nether, they can't make more. Then some idiot lit a portal. They came in about 8 years ago in our time, and our timeline never moves, but this is where we're at in the history. And they got access to obsidian again. So the zombie pigmen now are at war. So we have some cities are partially destroyed by the zombie pigmen invasion. And we've always had a rule, you can't have nether paths because that would conflict with the lore. Until now,
Wow.
Now's the perfect time. So this Nether update is kind of the fruition of 4.5 years of work that we've put in on the server. Now we're building the other team, the other side, the other army.
Wow.
So it's
honestly wow.
Yeah, it's been really, really fun. And I have a bunch of tour videos up on the channel. If you guys want to go check out some of the cinematic tours and see all the different hamlets and stuff and cities and everything. But we also have a tour server, which is open to the public.
Goodness.
So it's I probably update it once every couple weeks or so, and you can just get on and we walk around. You can just walk around the tour server.
So is there a link to that in the description of the tours or anything like that?
Yep, there's a link in every video I do of an IP address, and it gets griefed occasionally, and then I just hit the backup button and we're back again. So
cool. I'll have the link to that in the description because I want to tour that, and 2, that is because what I'm doing with my server, everybody that watches my videos would know, but for your fan base, what I do with my videos is that I'm doing a survival as well, and I'm doing a long-term series to where I'm going to make a place and have it a theme and do lore, and then I'm going to have another place and have a theme and do lore, and have a season for each village that I make, or city or whatever, and have them all linked up. So the exact kind of situation that you're doing, and the way that you guys have done an incredible job with I'm addicted to lore right now in Minecraft, and you guys, that is an incredible idea, and to be able to incorporate so fast the Nether update into it and have that lore of having an opposing side, that's genius, honestly genius.
Well, that it's funny. Thank you for the kind words. It's funny. that was like episode 10 of this world where we just wanted to do a vanilla. It was all my modded friends who weren't YouTubers. And we just said, hey, let's try vanilla just for fun. I never played vanilla. I skipped it. I went right to modded. Okay. And so we started this world, and I thought, I've seen Nether Hubs. Like every server has Nether Hubs. This is back 4 years ago, right? But like, what can we do that's different? And someone said, well, you can have a command block teleport you. And I thought, wait a second. So, and I had played World of Warcraft a lot back in the old days. So you know how in World of Warcraft you take a ship and you get on one ship and then you port and then you're on that ship in a new continent, right? So it feels like you took that ship. Well, so we thought, well, let's do that instead of a Nether Hub. So our Nether Hub is an overworld city. It's our capital city, and we have probably 10 or 12 or 14 different ships in the bay. And each ship, when you walk into the captain's quarters, you press a button and you get teleported to that same ship, but in a different city. And that's our quote unquote Nether Hub. And then we thought, well, because I was live streaming a lot back then. I thought, well, why wouldn't we have Nether Hubs? Like, well, what if we're at war with the Nether? And that just started the ball rolling towards this really deep lore. We have a world anvil with probably several hundred pages of lore written out at this point.
That is wow. So I'm just going to put you on the spot here now. Can I do a tour video of your world? Okay. Because I'm infatuated with this now. Like, this has blown my mind.
Yeah. Set aside like any 8 hours and we'll see half of it.
Absolutely. That's perfect. Awesome. I could do a 12-part series of touring your world.
Yeah, it's really, I'm biased here, but I really believe that it's one of the great survival accomplishments that I've ever seen in Minecraft.
Well, you see those kinds of accomplishments, like, quite frequently, but with creative. Like, to see that in survival, like that's what's blowing my mind, is that obviously over time, you see people like Fwip and stuff like that. Like, they have big survival worlds. I get it. Like, absolutely. But wow. I get you guys have like a team, like it's a bunch of you, but like at the same time, to write out all the lore and like to remember it and have this genuine like passion, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I know I'm gassing you up, I'm giving you good, kind words, but it's completely well deserved. That's incredible. And to be honest, I've watched a bit of your content in the last few days, and I haven't seen too much on that. So you must have been like not. I don't know if I've just been clicking on different videos, but now I'm interested.
Well, I'm having some issues until tomorrow. My computer's aging. It's probably 6 years old now, and it's kind of aging out of Java Minecraft. Like, I get really, really poor frames, especially when I'm recording. But for some reason, Bedrock runs not well. If you watch any of the Bedrock videos, you'll see it gets really glitchy and hiccupy, but better. So I've been only recording my single player. I have a single player world that's a Bedrock world, and it's kind of the same sort of thing, except for I'm just going to stay in one kingdom forever and just keep expanding and expanding. And I'm about 80 episodes in.
Okay. I did see it was like episode 78. I was scrolling through your videos. I was like, what is that? And that actually was what I was going to watch today before, but I did catch into some things I had to do beforehand, but I was actually going to watch it. And now I definitely am. So you have a survival world. How long have you been going with your single player survival world?
Not that long. Probably only maybe 3 months or so. I've never had a single player world. Because I got into modded, and I found this mod Ars Magica way back in like 1.6, I think. Okay. I think it was 1.6, and that was like my intro to Minecraft, and I thought, whoa, you can be a wizard in this kids game Minecraft, and so I went straight to it, and because I went straight to it, I thought I wanted to play with people, so I put up a Minecraft forum post, and I just started playing on servers. So I never had a single player world before.
Okay.
And so I kind of watch all my friends, and some of the series that have really influenced me over the years, like Building with B-Dubs and Fwip and Sausage, and now I've gotten to be friends with some of those guys, and like I'm like, well, man, they all have single player world. I want to have a single player world too,
Exactly.
Even though Realm of Vasten kind of is my quote unquote single player world, because I started it. But at this point, it's taken on almost a life of its own. Like, so the guys are so active and they're so into it and all this stuff. And now I can almost just be one of the troops instead of like the leader, which is great.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's what I've always wanted. I just want
Well,
to be
that's what
one of the
most
guys.
people want when they start something that is going to be a huge project. Is they do want to soon become just one of the troops and have like a good community going.
Yeah, it's really great. And, they've become such good friends and such great builders. So, what's nice about a single player world is I do a little bit of texture pack stuff, not a lot, but I'm learning as we go, because I want to have a medieval kingdom as the heart of it. But then also I want to have a sci-fi moon base, and that does not lend itself to the same textures,
No.
So what, because I couldn't do this in the realm of Vasten, because first we've used every block. Like, I've not even been in the Nether yet because my new computer is coming tomorrow, so I can't wait. But until tomorrow, I can't really get into the Nether. So, but by the time I get in there, every new block will have been used in a build, and it will be amazing and it will be perfect. So I can't retexture any of that stuff. But in my single player world, I thought, hey, you know what would be cool? I'm never going to use endstone brick. Why don't I just make it like gray concrete? Then I get concrete stairs and slabs and walls.
Absolutely.
So I just did that. So I'm building my moon base out of endstone brick, but it looks like a really sleek, almost metallic concrete look. So that's been a really fun bit to really have just full control in that way, and not
interesting.
No one can be like, oh, don't do that because it'll mess up my build. It's just me.
Okay, so just build because my next question obviously was going to be, where do you want to go with your single player world? Do you want to have it longevity like you do with the long-term SMP, or do you want to have it just going and then maybe another season or something? What's your plans for that in the next few months, years, whatever?
I think I'm going to keep going. I'm going to, I don't have very many superpowers. I tell the guys this all the time. Like, I'm not the best builder. I'm not the most creative person, blah, blah, blah. But my one superpower is that I'll stick to something until it's completely beat into the ground. So I think I'm going to stick right to it and just stay in the same kingdom and build castles and in Realm of Vasten we play in large biomes and things are really spread out, but there are roads connecting everything. So you can actually walk. Seriously, it's like 35,000 blocks from east to west, probably, and that same amount from north to south. And there's actually roads with hamlets and points of interest the entire distance.
Wow.
Like, every bridge is now done. Going over rivers is not just a one block dirt path. It's actually a legit bridge. And in my single player world, I just have one kingdom where I just want to have. My goal is I want to have a shop for every item in the game. So one house will sell spruce trap doors, and that's it. And then another house will sell wheat, and that's it. And so I've been kind of going through that. Probably about 30 so far. But it's super fun,
Yeah, that's amazing. That's so awesome. That's one of the reasons I wanted to have you on is because I see the quality of your content, as I said at the beginning, that it's high. Like, you have a really good mic. You do really have really good quality content. The way you speak, your cadence just works really well with how your videos go. And I could tell that you had somewhat of a work ethic with it, even from the few videos that I did watch. So I'm really glad I got you on, because now not only are my eyes open to what you do and your fellow friends are doing and stuff like that. Like, all my supporters and other people that may hit the algorithm to see this, they get to see what you guys are doing, which is absolutely incredible, dude. What? I've never seen. I don't know if haven't went down into the Minecraft world far enough, which I think I have in the last 8 years, but I genuinely haven't seen anything that intricate in a survival world.
Well, yeah, thank you. I don't think that I have either. That's. There are amazing worlds, like Building Big with Germsy Boy's world,
Germsy Boy,
and and B-Dubs and Wells has Kingdoms, and Etho has a series that's been going for 15 years somehow, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Etho.
Yeah, there are amazing worlds, but because we're doing it as a build, and because we don't reset, that's really the big thing. Imagine what I always think of. Imagine if the guys on Hermitcraft or the guys on Legacy now or something imagine if they didn't reset and they just went to a new part of the world.
Exactly.
Imagine that world. It would be amazing. But everyone always resets because, I get it. You want to pick the right seed and you want to taste all the new stuff. I totally understand it. But we've just never gone down that route. So the fact that we've never reset has allowed us to have, dozens and dozens and dozens of kingdoms surrounded by lore. And we have a whole city floating in the end, that's like a legit city, and that it just goes around our ender. It's a max-sized ender, and the whole city just goes around it, complete with floating castles in the sky and things like that,
So do you guys, does everybody upload, or is it just you that still uploads?
No, it's about half and half probably. At one point, we were a strictly content creator server, and it started where we weren't at all. I was the only one, and then it kind of morphed into a very small, like probably 4 or 5 of us in season 2, and then by now, I guess that there's probably 12 people that either record or stream. And probably another maybe 10 who don't or rarely do,
Okay, so how do you? Is it just friends and stuff like that?
No, it's it's funny. Like doing things like this. Like when I'm on a podcast or something, usually a few people will become aware of it and sort of contact me and apply, and we'll kind of look at their channel and look at you look at a few things. You look at you look at like build ability. Because I think there's not necessarily good or bad in Minecraft, but there's styles that work together,
Exactly.
So we look at that, but more than that is we look at the personality and of the person, and if it's someone who's screaming and yelling and all that stuff, it's like, well, that's cool, but maybe that's not exactly a fit for us.
Exactly. Okay, so you are doing it as a legitimate like content creator SMP server, like Legacy kind of thing.
Yes, exactly. And then occasionally someone will apply who just has a portfolio of builds that are just staggering, and we'll just talk for a little while and come in. What we used to have a sister server called Vasten Dimensions, because Wells Knight did a couple tours of Realm of Vasten.
Okay, I didn't see that. Now that's interesting. Well, it's nice, sick. I love him. Yeah.
Well, I underestimated his reach because we were just getting ready for I think season 3, and I said on those tours what they did well. I was like, hey, if anyone's looking to apply, just hit me up. I had legitimately like 100 applicants, like in like a day and a half, and I mean some weren't. Had never done YouTube or really weren't building very often yet and stuff, but there were a lot of amazing ones. I just couldn't take everyone. So we started another server that was an exact copy of the world for non-content creators. So we took all the content creators in Realm of Vasten, most, and then we put all the non-content creators in Dimensions. And we kind of viewed it as an alternate timeline.
Okay.
Kind of like in sci-fi, what if the Titanic hadn't sunk? How would the worlds diverge at that point? And that was great because I got to meet a bunch of those Vasten Dimensions guys, and now there's probably 6 or 7 or 8 of those who are playing with us in Realm of Vasten. That since has ended. It got a little slow, as servers do sometimes. I mean, the sister server did. So we don't have a great way of bringing in new people. It's basically just talk to us, be in the Discord, hang out, be in the community.
No, absolutely. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make it a little bit, because where you did say that people can apply, I just wanted to make it a little bit out there just for the few people that might watch this video and such, just so people know. But I'm going to tell you right now, I'm looking at Wells Knight's video right now, the episode 1, the World Tour with you, and I skipped to 6 minutes. It's a 27-minute video in episode 1, just to let y'all know. And I'm looking at the port where there's like multiple boats, and obviously this is almost 2 years ago, so obviously a lot has been done since then. Oh, yeah. But this is absolutely mind-blowing. If you've never seen this, you have to go check it out. It's Realm of Vasten, Vasten. If you haven't seen this, it will be in the description below, but I will definitely be doing at least a small tour of this or something, or like a series. This is absolutely mind-blowing. I asked you to come on the podcast strictly because I could see your work ethic, and I knew that we could talk and we'd be good at talking together, and I had no idea you were a part of something so amazing. Wow, congratulations to you, honestly.
Oh, well, thank you. We're coming up on making some real decisions about the future. We've shrunk seasons down quite a bit. Our seasons last about 3 months now, maybe 4, depending on if they release an update or something like that.
Yes.
But because we kind of realized that viewers love that episode number 1 for one thing, and
they do.
And secondly, us, after about 3 months of building really hard, because we go so hard. Like, I mean, a kingdom springs up in about a week. After about 3 months of that, people start to be like, oh, I need to do something else. I need to build a different kingdom. So we feel like about 3 months is right about the target where we're all still super active, super into it, and then we can sort of finish up, because starting a new kingdom is so exciting and so awesome. You feel like you got that new car smell.
Yes, you got a new canvas to paint on.
Exactly. And then there's the middle part, where you're like putting up buildings everywhere and you're really flushing out the lore and doing that's fun. But then it comes to the polishing stage, and sometimes that is not quite as much fun. That's like,
exactly.
I got to add how many interiors to these houses or whatever just to finish it.
The interiors are what kill me.
Yeah.
I find it so difficult to do interiors, but exteriors are fine. Interiors I completely understand.
Yeah. Hey, Mojang devs, give us the interior update. That's what I want
please.
for 117.
Yes, interior/inventory update will be incredible.
Here's my idea. Here's my idea for the interior. Just give us simple chairs and tables, because people will retexture them and stuff. So just give it.
Thank you.
I mean, the game is like 11 years old, and we're still sitting on stairs, right? Like, give us like simple interior stuff. Open up the floodgates on allowing paintings to be any painting of a certain size in the folder for as many paintings as you want.
Yep.
Give us walls of all the different wood types. Like, I don't need vertical slabs. I get it. They're not going to do it. They've said it. But the way they've redesigned the walls now, the wall model,
it's almost possible.
It's perfect. Because, the problem with vertical slabs, and this is really hard to describe verbally, but the problem I see with vertical slabs is if you put a vertical slab, I'm thinking this as a builder, and you put it, say, on the left side of a block, right? Mm-hmm. Well, then you can't put a stair or whatever touching that, because there'll be a gap, right?
Yes.
Or if you put it on the right side of the block, then you can't put a bush or something on the outside of it. It's like it's interiors. It would work, I guess, okay, but I don't mind the full block thing. But with the way the walls connected, glass panes now and iron bars now, it's just give us wood walls, chairs, some like table varieties, some things like that. Maybe a couple different lighting options. And we'll be good.
I completely agree with that. That hit the nail right on the head. I think getting some wood walls would be huge. I think wood walls would really do things. Like, all you have to do is take the fence texture and expand it. Like, it's not it's not that insane to do. Yeah, it's definitely something they could look forward to. And now that I'm looking at your world, like, how much do you contribute to the building aspect, and how do you, when you see a blank canvas, how do you say, this is the city I want to make? Because there's probably a lot of people out there that look at this and they're mind blown, but realistically, there's probably a step-by-step process some kind of thought process behind it that maybe you can explain in layman's terms. Yeah.
So here's a real problem that we have on Realm of Vasten with new players in particular, is they come in and they get completely overwhelmed. And they're like, wait, so you're going to build, they look at the cities that we have and they're like, oh, wait, so I'm supposed to build this city with you guys now? Like, no, just build one house. Just build one house, and then when you're done with it, just build another shop, and then when you're done with that, just go build a blacksmith. Even a big castle, just build a tower, and then you build a wall. Don't think about the whole castle. If you're the kind of person like I am, who just knows I can stick to something forever, but I understand that that's not everybody. And if you're the kind of person that can get overwhelmed, then don't even think about the whole castle. Just build a tower, and then build a wall, and then build a staircase, and then all of a sudden you back up and you're like, oh crap, I just built a castle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
One of our members, Foxy Monoxide, has told me, he's like, yeah, I'm just overwhelmed. I don't know how to build these big things. Like, don't worry about building big. There's nothing big. Like in Realm of Vasten, there's nothing big. There's just things that are a bunch of small things connected. That's all it is. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And like, when it comes to like building advice, the one thing I say, because I've got a couple comments on like pathways and make texturing things and stuff, and it literally comes down to you doing something and then doing something else, and then saying, okay, no, take a little bit of that out, put a little bit of that in, take a little bit of that out. You need to have that passion and want to do it, because if you don't, then the experimentation point of it to make something look good is just going to be pointless. You're not gonna do it. You might as well just put wooden slabs. Like it's not, yeah, okay. That's a great way to put it. Just take your time, do one piece at a time, and do it slow, and eventually it's like everything with life. You take your time, you do things right the first time, and you just take your time, enjoy what you're doing, and overall a big project will come into fruition. Now, I know we don't have a lot of time today, so I do want to ask one more important question, and this is what I ask every single person that comes on the podcast. What is Fixxitt's idea of what he wants in the next 5 years? What is your 5-year plan, or do you have any idea what you would like to do, or are you just a go with the every week kind of guy?
I mean, if you're talking about Minecraft, primarily, then
sure.
And and my YouTube channel, I'd like to see my YouTube channel grow. I'm not super into growth and the numbers. That's not been my focus. Like I don't generally do. Oh man, I don't want to call it clickbait. That sounds negative. I don't do like the hot video of the week sort of necessarily situation. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's totally cool. It's just not ever been something that seems fun to me. Like doing some guys are so good at it, and so I don't mean to be negative because it's not at all. Like somebody's like, hey, here's how you do this with, these new mobs that they added and all that. And that's great. That's fantastic. But I view myself much more as a cumulative artist, if you will. Like, I don't think any of my builds in particular are great, but I think the combination of all of them makes something that's great. So for me, I don't think that, getting to episode 100 and 200 and 300 of like my single player world is where I'm going to shine more so than any one build in that series,
Yes. Okay. I completely understand that. Yeah. Cause, I know a lot of people, look at Waddles, and he's doing amazing things. He always has done amazing things, and he does that kind of thing where he has every now and then he'll do like this is how you do it. And honestly, that you need that. Like that's needed. That's absolutely necessary. But like I'm glad that you have your own lane and you're really sticking to it.
Yeah, I just think it's what's fun. I know Sausage has we've talked a bunch, and one of the things he recommended, TheMythicalSausage. If you don't know him, you should, because he's amazing.
Yes, he is amazing.
Sausage is like, hey, Fix, you should do some tutorials. And I'm like, that just doesn't sound fun. And if even if that means that I get more clicks or something, whatever, it doesn't seem like a great thing. But then I gotta tell you, I did a couple because I'm like, okay, Sausage said do it. I'm just going to try. And I really liked it. So I think once I get my new computer, it's kind of my own take on doing the tutorials. It's a little bit different than what maybe you might be used to seeing in tutorial, but I think those will come back very, very soon. Probably after Replay Mod comes out for 1.16 to make things a little bit easier. So yeah, I'll probably just stick to the Bedrock single player world, which is I'm having so much fun with that, and the Realm of Vasten, of course, which is my homework. After this season, we've been talking about possibly doing a soft reboot for the first time ever, because it'll be season 7 coming up, probably like I don't know, winter of this year probably. And we did talk about, because a lot of us who've been playing on Vasten for years have not like done a reset. Like we don't reset like ever, So we thought about maybe, because the Nether update, it's kind of putting a cap on our storyline. We're kind of building the other side, and that's going to kind of wrap up that story a little bit. So we thought, well, maybe we should just move to a new area, like put all of our stuff, back at our player bases or whatever, and reset our player data and just do the opening grind, because we haven't done that for those guys who have been here for 3 seasons. We haven't done that in 3 years.
No, exactly.
So we might and start a whole new storyline. Same world. I mean, we're not going to reset or anything. Same world, but maybe just go to the other side of the ocean. And this isn't a Nether war anymore. They don't even know about the Nether war. It's 2 kingdoms maybe that we'll write a new conflict.
The fact that you guys, or even just you, can even think of that, shows the creativity. And honestly, I do agree that tutorial videos and stuff, I do agree with Sausage completely, 110%, that one, it does really attract an audience, but two, it is really helpful to a community, especially if you make something original. Like currently I'm making a pigment slash, like zombified pigment slash pigment trader, and I'm trying to make it efficient, which I know a lot of people are doing right now. But if I can hit one, then that's great. I'll put it up, and then at least it can give an opportunity to someone to build it in their world. But I do realize that whoever gets that first will get a nice amount of clicks. And to be honest, I am in the same boat as you, that I've done a couple tutorial videos because I get stuck with what I want to do on my survival or whatever. But I've done a couple tutorial videos, and as I do find them really fun, I do really like my single player world. And once I do join an SMP, I will enjoy the SMP longevity as well. So I completely understand what you're doing. What you're doing is absolutely incredible, and I think you've opened my eyes today, like heavily. I actually have seen this Welsh Knight video, this tour, and now that I'm seeing it for the second time, I'm seeing, like, when I seen the doc, I was like, I've seen that before. I know I've seen it, and the fact that I'm sitting here now, 2 years or a year and a half later, sitting doing a podcast with you, blows my mind. Like, I'm so happy that I've gotten to connect with you, and it's great to have someone that really does have that passion, that drive to be a creator for Minecraft or under Minecraft, and do it for themselves and not just so much for the clicks, which I have kind of the same mindset for.
Yeah, you have to embrace the grind in a way. You know, I've done 1,000 videos on my channel now.
That's insane.
Now a lot of them are live streams. I don't live stream that much anymore now that my kids are older and around and stuff like that. But I started my channel. My first video, it's really bad. Please don't check it out. But my first video, I had my 4-year-old now sleeping on my chest, because when he was a little infant, just newborn, like couple, maybe a week or two old, he would not sleep at night at all unless he was like sleeping on my chest.
Okay.
And I was so scared of like rolling over or falling asleep or whatever. So I would force myself to stay awake, you know? So I'm sitting there just grinding on Minecraft all night, and I was like, you know what? I should just record a video. Like So my first video is like, hello, everybody.
Hello, guys. I'm not trying to wake up my infant.
Exactly. There's a sleeping 2-week-old 2 inches from my mouth, you know. So but you know, and that just kind of started. So, you know, for a long time, I just viewed YouTube as a way to document my builds over time. And it wasn't up until fairly recently, like maybe in the last year and a half or so, that I started actually, I hate to say caring, but kind of. Yeah. And so I started caring about the quality of my content. And I think, you know, man, the grind, you know, the grind is real. So anytime I start to think about it, I stop and it's like, well, do I enjoy it? And the answer is yes. I love the artistic side of actually making a video and showing the artistic side of doing the build too. It's like, you know, it's my creative outlet in life, and I treasure it, even if it is at times a real grind.
Yes, and where you are a father of 2, correct? 2?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you're also a husband, and you do have obviously your music as a main career path. The last question, I guess, that I think a lot of people do really need to know, a lot of people struggle with, including myself being in mechanical engineering, even though I don't have, you know, a family to tend for and stuff like that, I do think a lot of people are in the same mindset of, where do I find the time? Where do you find your time in the simplest, brief way possible? Because I know you don't have a lot of time today. Where do you find your time to actually upload, and it looks like almost daily?
Yeah, I amazingly, I still do content daily. You know, I will tell you this. I play Minecraft for 0 minutes that I'm not either recording or getting ready to record or just finished recording.
Yes, yeah.
So every time I sit down at the computer, and sometimes, you know, my wife gets home and she's sitting with the kids for a minute, and I just like escaped my office, and I'll record a 2-minute clip.
Okay.
And that's it. But in my head, for the 10 minutes prior to that, I was planning what that 2-minute clip was going to be. You know, so another thing that has really helped is the way Minecraft videos have gone. If you're watching the Hermitcraft guys and all that kind of stuff, things have tightened up substantially over the last couple years. If you go back and watch a video from 8 or 9 years ago, there's a lot of like,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So, and now it's like, yeah, then this, then we'll do, and
Yes.
it can be frantic at times, but it makes my life way easier because
Well, it's
I can
almost
come
like
in and record
appetizing
it.
to the viewer that to do 2 hours worth of work and then show them, right? It almost looks better to the viewer to do an hour and a half worth of work and show them in 20 seconds, you know?
Yeah, I think so. I think so too. I find building on camera to be kind of boring myself, and some people love it so much, and you'll inevitably get comments, build more on camera and stuff, and that's cool. But for me, I get kind of bored watching building on camera, so
Me too.
I'm making videos for myself essentially, right? Like
Same.
you're making videos for viewers like yourself. So I'm not going to do a lot of building on camera, but at the same point, I don't love to come in to say, hey, I'm going to build a church. Then you cut, and then the church is completely made.
No, completely agree with that too. Yes.
Right. So I think you have to find that kind of balance where you're keeping it interesting, keeping it moving really fast and tight. And to any new YouTubers out there, man, I don't know how else to say this, but like the editing game is where it's at, and that's
So
something
key.
that I really regret not getting into for the first like 800 videos on my channel.
Yeah.
My first 4 years of doing this was I would literally just butt clips up next to them in Windows Movie Maker and hit export and call it a day.
Exactly.
And that was it. And the thing is on YouTube, there's thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of Minecraft YouTubers, and they're all great now,
Exactly.
So you have to keep someone's attention every second or else they're going to click away. So I think that keeping things really tight in editing and interesting and then just being yourself and not trying to not be stiff, or if you are stiff as a person, then cool, just be you,
Be yourself. Yeah.
and just trust that yourself is someone that people want to be around. I think
That's awesome. Well, you said it perfectly. That's literally exactly what I say. So I appreciate everything you've said this podcast. You've opened up my eyes to Realm of Vasten. You've opened up everybody's eyes that are watching this, guaranteed, to Realm of Vasten. And I really do see success in your future, not only with this SMP, but with your own single player, because of one of your work ethic and the way that you think of things. I think I see myself very comparable to you as well, with the way you think of things and how things work, and taking time management to an extremely important level that you do, especially having a family. So I genuinely want to say on record, and I would say it off record, I appreciate you coming on this podcast more than you think. Like, this has been not only great content for the channel, obviously, and a great time for your viewers to get to know you a little bit more, and my viewers to get to know you in general. But it's been absolutely incredible to learn more about you and who you are as a creator and what you're doing in the future. So I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having me, and yeah, it's always really nice to expand my circle of people that I know, and I've just kind of got to know Vloop a little bit. I think you had him on not too long ago.
Yes, I did.
And,
2 episodes ago.
He's a great, just a great content creator himself. Where a great storyteller in the form of Minecraft, which I think is the way the Minecraft videos are kind of going these days. And yeah, I'm just happy to get to know more of the folks out there making great content and making great, amazing builds. And also, by the way, did you hear that today they just announced that Piglin Brutes are coming?
I seen Waddles put up a tweet, and it was the new mob, and I genuinely thought he was trolling. But now I'm happy to know that that's legit.
It came from Japa. It's beautiful. That's so amazing. Cool. It came up right before we hit go, and I was like, oh, I want to talk about that. So I'm wedging it here at the end. It's so amazing. I'm so happy.
Yeah. What do you know about it? Like, real quick, did you learn anything about? I haven't learned anything about what it looks like.
The only thing Japa says is that they're going to protect treasures in the bastions, which is good because bastions are not very difficult, as what I've seen so far. And they don't care about gold armor. They'll see through your disguise.
So it makes it 10 times more difficult, which is very interesting. Because I found the Nether was always an early game thing. It's fine. It's not a bad thing to go into. And now if you go in early game, it's a little bit more difficult. But I still was able to raid a bastion within the first few hours of playing Minecraft, because I played a hardcore a few days ago for myself. And Yeah, I was hoping that was going to be a little bit more difficult. So that's a great addition. I'm glad you brought it up actually, because I thought that was a troll, but it's not. Okay.
No, it looks, you know, I've been saying, it's been kind of a running joke on my channel and my community, where I've been saying for years I want ogres in the game, and this comes back from my modded days,
Yes.
where Mo Creatures has this great mob called ogres, and they're so awesome, and they just hit like a truck.
Okay.
Because I've always felt like a shield is kind of worthless. Like, you don't need to carry a shield. Just kill the skeleton. Just run up, take 2 arrows, and kill it. You know, especially if you're wearing diamond armor or
Exactly.
netherite armor, even more. So, and my always thinking was, I want more overworld mobs that will just really own you if you're not like prepared. You know, but maybe slow so you can still run away. But you know, make the game more challenging. I think they've really nailed that with the Nether. Like the Nether can be very challenging. Like if you're not paying attention, and you know those piglins get on you, man, they will take you down in 2 seconds.
You get one with a sword or 2 with a sword, it's game over. If you can't get in through your nether portal, it actually is really difficult. It is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I completely, I'm really glad they brought it up, because I genuinely, again, thought it was a troll, but now everyone knows that it is not a troll, and I am actually really excited for them to add another mob. That's incredible. So,
Yeah.
man, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I appreciate it. I definitely wish both of us had a little bit more time. I could talk to you for hours, but I know we both have commitments, and I'll definitely be talking to you in the future. There's no way that this is the last time I talk to you, because this was a great conversation.
Well, that sounds good. Let me know if you want a tour. I'll show you around a little bit.
Absolutely, that would be incredible. Maybe we'll do in a few weeks or something. We'll do a little mini episode of like maybe your favorite village with a good castle or whatever, and we'll do that. That'd be incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been iBlue and Fixxitt. This has been episode 4, I think, of the MineCast. We're slowly getting to that 10 mark. I'd like to hit the 10th episode, but if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button and give us a comment of what we could do different. And the most important thing is go sub to Fixxitt, go check out his channel, and definitely go check out the Realm of Vasten. Like he said, there is a tour world, so you can go on and take a look. So yeah, I guess that's it. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, man, and we will be talking to you guys later.
Bye.